Many times when you are creating cloud code, you end up writing very inefficient code that's hard to scale and translates in a very bad and slow user experience. And to illustrate that and how the AI agent can help you fixing this type of code, I created this function in my upload test app called Do User Stuff. And this is a very bad example on how to create cloud code. So it does a lot of very inefficient operations doing its course. So for instance, in the very beginning, it starts by fetching all the users, which is very bad because you end up bringing a lot of users that you are not going to use in the end response of this function. Then it tries to iterate through every single user running a specific query for that user. This translates in a very slow response because for every single user that I have, I'll need to query the database once again. Having to create a connection, execute my query, then finishing the connection, it makes very slow to run. Then I'm going to try to operate some data into the user by having some ifs that will also run inside the for loop. That's also very inefficient because I'll have to do this operation for every single user after every single call is called. And let's see how the AI agent can improve this code. So here I have the Back4app AI Agent open. If you don't see this screen, all I have to do is to click this AI agent button up here. And in here you can create a new agent and start prompting what you want to achieve. You can write your prompt in a very high level language, and the plugin and the AI agent is smart enough to understand what you're trying to achieve and do its best to reach your goals. So into my upload test app in Back4app, I have a cloud code function named Do User Stuff. Update the code in this function to be as optimal and fast as possible. Please write comments to instruct developers about the changes and operations that the function does. And I missed a T here. So let's see how it works and if it will be able to improve this code and make it very efficient. So it read the original function, it printed the code here so I can inspect and see if it is the correct function, and then it's going to enumerate all the necessary steps to make this function to run faster. So there you go, it has written the function over here, it has the same name, and it's also querying the parse user, but now instead of retrieving all the user, it's going to check into this for each block, doing all the checks inside the for each, and once I have all that, it's going to save all the users in just one operation by using the save all method that has an array of users and updates all the users at once. So this avoids going to the database and back trying to retrieve every single user and its properties in order to set. It's going to retrieve the necessary users, do all the operations in cloud code, and then send it back to the database at once, making it much faster to run and easier to scale. So this is how the code is gonna look, and if I like the solution, I can ask it to deploy it for me. So this solution seems good. Please deploy it in the place of the older one. So the function has been deployed, and if I go back to my cloud code and refresh the screen, it should be published in my main.js file, and as you can see, it now has our await query each for every single user and the save all method that makes this function so much better. And you can use it for pretty much any cloud code that you have, as long as you can prompt exactly what you're trying to achieve. And remember, every time we do this kind of operation in cloud code, it's very useful if you clone this application in a new one and then operate in the new one, because these are destructive operations. You can always roll back or have our support team to roll back for you, but it's much easier if you work in a separate environment until you get exactly what you want, and then once you know that it's working for sure, deploy it to production. So, if you enjoyed this content, please leave a like in this video and consider subscribing to the channel so it can help us grow. I also share this link with a friend and they can learn something too. If you're already subscribed, thank you for that, and if you have any questions, suggestions, or an implementation you'd like to see, please leave in the comment section down below. We always answer all the questions. I hope this content was useful to you and hope to see you back. See you soon! Bye bye!